Hey everyone, my name is Dylan. I'm on my own debt-free journey and just trying to, figure some of this stuff out. I figured I'd take this first video to discuss, where my current debts are, so far what my plan is. I don't have like a real strong idea of where I'm going, but I'm hoping to kind of get more ideas the more I watch these videos and budget as I go along. So I figured I would do a debt breakdown of credit cards, medical, student loans, and then my car payment, and then figure out my total debt. And then I'll kind of discuss what I'm thinking so far about where I want to go with all of that. So the first debt that we have for credit cards is Capital One. And that is for $984.35. And then the second credit card is for Citibank, and that total is $3,077.35. Now, I'm pretty proud of myself because I recently paid off one of my credit cards for Credit One in full, so it's at zero balance, so I'm like super excited. But these two kind of crept up on me because, as you'll see in this medical section, I had medical issues going on where I was out on leave, out of work. I wasn't getting like private disability, I was just getting state disability, so it really wasn't much to live off of. And so I had to utilize our savings and also some of my credit cards, so those balances ended up like creeping up on there. But I'm hoping now that I've paid the one off, I can use some of that money to start paying off this Capital One and then move on to Citi and pay those in full. So as far as medical stuff, so I have Quest that I owe $32 to. I have Buffalo Medical Group. For them, I owe $819.27. This one I'm actually on a payment plan for, and it's supposed to be paid off in like 10 months or so. So I'm hoping to just pay it off that way versus putting like extra payments on it or something. I think 10 months is kind of a doable goal for that one. And then I have an anesthesia bill from having surgery. That one's for $1,014.75. And then the biggest bill that I have is from the hospital that I was at, and that's for $2,034.53. Now so Quest I plan on paying off tomorrow actually. This one is on like a 10-month payment plan. These two, I'm still trying to figure out how I want to go about doing that. I can afford about $50 a month each to start paying it off, but I'm thinking once I have more money from paying the other stuff off, I can kind of dump money on these as well. So then I have student loans for federal. I actually only owe $1,352.82. And that's, so I actually, an interesting story about this. So I originally owed about $76,000, a little bit more than that. And I'm actually a social worker, and they have this program through what's called the NHSC, where they will give you upfront either $50,000 or $75,000 in exchange for you working at like a low income or an at-risk site for 3 years or 2 years, depending on how much money you decide to take. So I decided to do the 3-year option and take the $75,000. So I actually managed to get that down to this. I still have about 2 years left on the program, so I'm hoping to be done with that by 2023. But it was definitely worth the it's definitely worth the time, I think, to get such a huge chunk of that taken care of, because that's definitely, my debt is a lot less than it used to be. So that's federal, and then private loans I have through Firstmark, and for them I owe $14,291.56. This is a combination of all my private loans. So I initially got Sallie Mae loans and then combined them through Firstmark and got a much lower interest rate. So I've been paying on that for a few years as well. And then the last thing that I have is my car through Five Star Bank. This car's I recently got it. It's not new, but it's new to me, and I still owe $25,505.82. So these are basically all of the debts that I owe. Right now, I'm really focusing on getting these credit cards down because they have such a high interest rate. So I'm working on these more diligently, and then I figure I'll do kind of like a debt snowball thing where I'll take the money I was putting on them and start dumping onto probably my medical bills next. So I'm working on that. These I'm all making just like standard payments on. This one I'm paying off tomorrow. And then currently, because of the forbearance for the federal student loans, I'm not paying on this. I'm kind of just focusing on getting these credit cards down with the extra money. And then I'm making just a regular payment to this. I'm not adding any extra money. Same for the car as well. I did get a nice deal with a car where I can pay twice a month, and I end up paying the car off faster that way. And I'm hoping this is kind of like the last thing I plan on tackling. Once I can get through all of this, all of that extra money, just dump on the car and get that paid down. So in total, I owe $12.42. So this is what I plan to get down. I still am trying to figure out in what time frame I want to pay things off. I'm still kind of processing through things and figuring out different ways of paying things down. So I'm not entirely sure. Right now I'm just mainly focusing on the credit cards. So that's it. That's my debt breakdown. Welcome to my channel, by the way. I plan on making more debt and budgeting videos. So the next one I plan on doing, I'm starting to do cash stuffing. I've been doing it on and off, but this time I plan on taking it more seriously. And it's coming in the mail, but I've purchased some binders to do cash stuffing, like the envelopes and stuff. And I plan on filming that just to kind of keep myself accountable throughout this process. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I'm going to continue to do that. And if you have any questions or any suggestions, feel free to comment below, and feel free to subscribe if you're interested in this kind of stuff. And thanks for watching.